What do you want? Think about it. That's why when you think about what you want, the first step is, what is it I want? It turns into a mathematical advantage because it goes from nothing into what Jake has, which is a possibility. So when he says, I want enough money to take care of myself and my family, it's a possibility. But how does it move from what he wants to why he wants it? Right? So he wants enough money, but why? Why? So now what he has to do is he has to go through his values, his personal values, his experiential values, his giving values, and his receiving values. Then he has to balance those values, because 100% can't be on giving, right? Because he wants money, right? It has to come through him. Some of it has to be in receiving. So he balances those. And what happens is, by balancing those and thinking about how does my values, my personal values, pertain to how much money I want to take care of my families, my personal values, right? I want a 5-bedroom house. That's what my personal values are for my family. I don't want, I start telling the universe more specifically, yeah, this is what I want. And it's balanced within my values, right? And experiential, I want to have enough money to travel with my family. I want to have enough money not only to give to my family, but to give to extended family and friends and the community and my country and the world. I need to receive, right? So I start getting clarity on what I want, because he doesn't have clarity yet. And then go back and I'm balancing my values, each thing that I say, what I want. I'm clarifying, right? Clarity. Then I'm able to get focused. You know what? I want at least $2 million a year. I want to double the amount of money. I'm 20, you're 22, Jake? 23. Damn, you're old. 23, that makes me 50. I'm 23. I want to double the amount of money I make as fast as I can, so I can continually have options to have the biggest, nicest house for my mom, whatever it is. And when you start getting focused in on what you want, don't cross your arms, you get confident. Confidence is halfway to inspiration. When you're confident, that starts opening up the door to allowing things to come through you to other people. Before you have confidence, you have resistance, voids, shortages, and obstacles from what you want. That confidence is what, in sports analogies, puts you in the zone. Who here plays sports? You play sports? Andrew plays it. Come on, everyone plays sports in here because you work here. Has anyone ever been in the zone? That, right, is confidence. I'm not a great basketball player, but I've played basketball and every shit shot that I threw up went in. Right? I've played golf before, shot under 80, played golf, and I remember specifically the last hole, all I had to do was get a bogey on it, and I was putting for par. And in my head, I pushed it in my head. But I was so far in the zone that day that in my head, I'm like, fuck. Like, now the pressure's gonna be really on, right? And it fell. That's the zone, right? We've all been in the zone. You've been up to the plate, and you just know you're gonna get a hit. The ball's like this big. And then we also have been in our own way where no matter how prepared we are, that ball looks like this. That hole looks like this. The basket looks like it has a lid on it. And it happens to every single person, no matter how prepared, because they haven't taken the time to have clarity, balance, and focus to gain confidence in what they want. And if you do that, you can go from being confident to connecting and effectively communicating to that which inspires you. And when you are open and you open up with confidence, you now can take inspiration and allow it to come through you. And that confidence, that opening, that inspiration is a mathematical advantage over the just having a possibility. So as Jake goes through and says, I want to double the amount of money I make every year, these are the reasons why, the impact it's going to have, the capabilities that I have to do it, the capabilities I need to do it, capabilities I want to do it. This is how it applies to my personal values, my experiential values, my giving values, my receiving values, all of that. He's opening up, and it comes to him, and he's inspired to go do it. He's inspired. What does that mean? If you're inspired, you have the consistent, everyday, persistent, without quit enjoyment. Pierre, Ben, Hunter, the enjoyment of the pursuit of what? That potential of doubling the amount of money that he wants to make every year so that he can do all these things for his family that are now very specific. He can see how big the garage is and what kind of car is sitting in the garage. And that's the laws of the universe. That's the laws of attraction. And the advantage that you have when you're able to manifest in that way, you know your what, which gives you a possibility. But when you know your why gives you the inspiration. When you truly know your why, it becomes a probability. A true mathematical advantage of anything that you want. Because everybody knows that in statistics, a possibility is less than a probability.